This is insane, folks. Breaking news, breaking news. Yesterday, we reported that 4 children were shot in a vehicle at a Shell station near Angleton, Texas, Brazoria County. 2 of those children died, a 13-year-old and a 4-year-old, and 8 and 9 were taken by life flight, are in critical condition. Well, guess what? This is the mother of those 4 children. She's arrested for murdering and shooting her children right here. 31-year-old Oninda Romelus. She's originally from Georgia. She has an extensive criminal record, and she's the one that called authorities and said she shot her children. This is insane, folks. Police gave a press conference, Brazoria County, just a few minutes ago, and I want to share some details about this crazy case out of Texas. Check it out.
Yesterday, Brazoria County deputies responded to an unthinkable, unimaginable tragedy. This event has shaken our community, and we are all feeling the loss. While this remains an active investigation, I do want to share what details with you that I can at this point. Evidence indicates that the driver of the vehicle identifies as a 31-year-old Oninda Romelus. She's the mother of the 4 children involved. All 4 children have sustained gunshot wounds. Sadly, a 13-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl did not survive. We are thankful to report that an 8-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl are now in stable condition. We believe that the evidence shows that this tragedy has occurred inside of the vehicle, and that Romelus, the mother of the children, is the shooter. At 4:48 a.m. yesterday, Romelus called the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office. When deputies arrived, they immediately began providing lifesaver measures to each children until medical help could arrive. The 2 surviving children were life flighted into a Houston area hospital, where they remain in stable condition. Romelus was later arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, with a total bond set at $14 million. Romelus is a current resident of the Montgomery County here in Texas, where Sheriff Wesley Doolittle is the sheriff there of Montgomery County, and he is here with us today. His office has assisted us with investigative tasks that have taken place there in Montgomery County. Our investigators, along with responding agencies, continue to collect and analyze evidence in this case and in this ongoing investigation. I also want to thank the people of Brazoria County and our surrounding communities. The prayers, the messages and support shown for these children, and also for the first responders involved in this, mean more to us than what words can express. It is impossible to make sense of a senseless tragedy like this, but we will do everything we can to seek justice for these children. I will now open this up for a few questions. However, before I do want to be clear that there are still many details that cannot be released at this point, okay? So, if you have any questions, yes, ma'am.
Sheriff J1 with KPRC. I was wondering if you happen to know exactly the location where the shooting took place?
Again, that is part of the ongoing investigation that we're still looking into. So,
you mentioned that she called 911. Can you explain a little bit more about that? At what point did that happen?
At what point did what happen? She called, yes, she called 911. I believe the time was, what, 4:48 a.m.? Is that what I said? Yep. Well, yes.
What did she say exactly when she called?
She called and our deputies responded. She called And she gave us information that we needed to come to her location. We didn't know exactly what we were responding to at the time.
I'm sorry, short classification, can you share what investigators found at their home in Montgomery County? And that was their permanent residence there?
Yeah, that's exactly where her permanent residence was. Again, that's part of the ongoing investigation. That's where her residence was, so that's why we went to that residence.
Did she have any criminal history, or is there any?
Again, that's part of the ongoing investigation that we continue to look into, and I can assure you that we will do everything in our power to find justice for these children.
Have the two surviving children been interviewed, or are there plans to interview them and get an understanding of what they saw?
Can you ask your question again?
Have the two surviving children been interviewed, or is there plans?
Yes, they have been interviewed, and they're going to continue to cooperate as well. Yeah.
Is she a parent that has sole custody of the children?
I'm not going to mention much about the custody situation. There's a lot of things that are still it's an active investigation. Okay.
Sheriff, would you have an active investigation? We understand there's not a lot that you.
There really is not.
But a lot of folks are just wondering, what went wrong here?
Right.
Is there anything that you could share with us, just as far as what went wrong here?
Like I said, at this point, this is still an ongoing. However, what is most important is that our team is working on this. We've been burning the midnight oil on this ever since this dropped, right? So I can assure you we're looking into this, and there is a lot of stuff that is not able to be released at this point. So, all right. I got one more.
One more question. I gotta get you guys back
Are
to
you
work.
able to share what kind of weapons recovered, or was there a weapon recovered?
I'm still, like I said, it was a weapon that she did utilize, and she did shoot. I'm not going to tell you all the calibers and all the details of it. There's not time for that.
Quick question. Hey folks, I'm sorry, I just said we had one more question. I gotta get these guys back to work. I'll answer any additional they have.
Any indication, you said that the mother lived in Montgomery County.
Yes.
Why was she in Brazoria? Can you release that information? What brought her here?
I can, again, that is part of the active and ongoing investigation that we're looking into. I apologize.
Thank you. All right, folks, I really appreciate you all coming down here, and I know we are not able to release a lot of information at this point. There's a lot of things that we can't speculate on as part of a criminal matter, but I just really appreciate you being down here. If you'd like, I'd be able to answer any of your questions, and I'll make sure to get that stuff in our release.
One question.
Yes.
What can you share with us today that we didn't know yesterday?
I think the biggest thing that we didn't have information of yesterday was where this event occurred. The sheriff did say it in his statement, but we do know that it did occur inside the vehicle at this point. Again, the specific locations, the specific weapons, that is all something that is still part of that ongoing investigation.
Was she taken in without incident?
I'm trying to think. I would say so, yes.
Can you spell her first and last name?
Absolutely. I actually don't have that in front of me. I apologize. I will put it in that release whenever I send it out to your respective agencies.
And she is in Brazoria County Jail.
Correct, yes. And she is on that $14 million bond.
What do we know about the motive?
The motive, I can't speculate on that right now. I can't speculate on that one right now. I do know that we are working and interviewing both her and any other witnesses involved to try to determine that.
In the press release, you guys mentioned something about individuals in custody involved in this case. What are we talking in plural?
I believe the phrasing of the press release was that all the individuals involved were detained. We've only actually taken one into custody. So, and by individuals involved, it was anyone who saw anything, any witnesses, et cetera, just to make sure that we got all that information. Any witnesses, a lot of them have actually already come forward, which is great. So.
We just believe that there's just one person involved in this matter, and this is the mother.
Yeah, as the sheriff said, the shooter is the mother in this case, and at least all the evidence that we currently have at this point points to that.
Just to clarify, you said the call was made at 4:48 a.m.?
Yes.
AM.
AM, correct. Correct. Is there any information on who will be taking custody of the two surviving children?
No, not at this time.
And it was a 13-year-old boy, 3-year-old girl?
Yes,
It was 4.
yes, yesterday it was 4 p.m., or 4, the age was listed as 4, and that was my fault. I did some bad math, apologies on that. But yes, very, very sadly, a 3-year-old.
And all 4 of those kids were her kids.
That is our understanding, is that she was the mother of all 4.
13-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl, and then what are the genders of the other 2 that didn't know?
I don't want to swap them. I know it was a boy and a girl, but let me confirm on which age had which.
Do you know that they like as far as the kids, were they like attending like a specific school district? Do you know, like, is that information been?
I don't have that one offhand. If that can be released, I'll put it in our press release.
The suspect, African-American, white, Hispanic.
African American female, age 31.
Is she cooperating in the investigation? Is she being forthright?
Yes, that's a great question. I would say that she has been interviewed. That is the way I would answer that question. Any others?
She doesn't have any criminal history.
Not any that I can release at this point. Yes. Not that I'm aware of. Any other questions?
And the bond, just to confirm, 14 million, you said?
Yes, 14 million total for all 4 charges. So the 2 murder charges were both set at a $5 million bond, and then the charges for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon were each set at $2 million.
And the 2 surviving children are still in the hospital? And you said stable condition?
They are in stable condition. My understanding is that they're still receiving medical treatment, but I haven't verified that in a number of hours. So.
Do we know which hospital?
Houston area is what I have.
Has the suspect, has she already like appeared before a judge, or is she just in custody at this point?
She would have had to be magistrated to receive her bond amounts, so she should have appeared before a judge, at least in that capacity. Any other questions? All right, folks, thank you, and thank you for your patience. I really appreciate you. And if I'll be available as you guys take down if you think of anything. Thanks.
Just quickly, you'll probably have questions, just I think most of us are.
I'm gonna go type it. I have a draft already. I'm just gonna add some stuff in that we talked about here, and then I'll get that right out.
And you said the spelling of her name is going to be in the press release?
Okay. And it's not a familiar name for me.
Can we expect another update tomorrow?
I don't know
Yeah.
when this is, but I know I was on the phone with many of you. It is an individual case, and so I don't know exactly when, but I know, and heck, we have a vested interest in this case. I know our community does, and so for me and the sheriff, we both want to be able to get the information out. So we will be getting it out as we can.
And for the magistrate appearance, the 2 questions. One, will there be a mugshot with the release too?
Can be, yes.
And for the magistrate appearance, is that something that, is there a video of that? Would you be able to request that to you, or would they have to go through the county judges or the clerk's office?
Let me clarify that, because my understanding is that we were still working to be video compatible with those hearings, but
Okay.
I'm not sure where we are in that process. So
Gotcha.
let me figure that out. So I'll send out the release, and then I'll probably answer that, because that'll probably take longer for me to get that
Okay.
answered than
Where
the
would
5
they,
o'clock.
where would they be able to find the charging documents?
If you go to, what I do is I just Google Brazoria County Jail Records, you'll find it right there.
And just to clarify, I'm actually make sure I heard this right, we know that the children were shot in the car, but the location of where the shooting happened, you guys did not release that?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So the mugshot will come in the press release.
Yes, I can do that. Is there anything else that'll be helpful for you all in a release?
Date of birth.
Date of birth, got it.
The time to that person today?
Today, hopefully within the next 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Well, like,
We'll let
yeah.
you know.
She murdered her children. 2 of them, with the intent probably on all 4. Thank God 2 seems like they're stable now. They were in critical condition before. $14 million bond. Whoa! Should be no bond, but $14 million, they're not playing in Texas. What type of monster would do this to their own children? All her children, besides the 13-year-old, under 10, young children. All of them are young. This is horrible. She comes from Georgia. Seems like she has some screws loose in her head based off her mugshots. Doesn't seem like she's right in the head here. No, this is like Andrea Yates type craziness. Last time I heard that 4 children, numerous children, Andrea Yates, right? Texas. Oh my goodness, folks. Death penalty case for sure in Texas. Let me know what you think about this. We are definitely monitoring this situation. We reported it yesterday morning. Now we got more details. We'll follow her court proceedings. We'll follow it through and see what happens here. Why? Why would a mother do that? Let me know what you think. A monster. I am JLR Investigates. We will talk soon. Stay tuned.